Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today is Monday the 11th of November 2019. My name is Dan Kita from Thailand. In this video, I would like to talk about the true Dhamma or Nirvana for the people who have the most wisdom. If you are a real person who want to attain Nirvana in this life, you have to listen to me only. Because I have attained Nirvana for past 16 years. I'm ready to help everyone on this earth attain Nirvana in this life as well. I'm ready. But are you ready? Aha! It's up to you. The topic to speak in this video is when the music begins to play, we hear and feel in the way we feel. You know, the story I will say the following, or every story I have already said. I want you to understand only the first idea or thought process. Because the idea is the heart of quenching of suffering. If anyone can know their own thoughts, that means you find a way to end suffering. Nothing more to study than this. Please bear in mind. From now on, I would like to talk about when the music begins to play, you hear and feel in the way you feel. What does it mean? Let me explain. You know, a story I will say the following is very difficult to understand or hardly impossible to understand because you have never heard it before. So first of all, you must open your mind to listen. When you listen to me, you must try to understand. You must try to understand along as I said, and try to consider along as I said over and over again, until it goes deep into your heart. Then you understand it. I'm only one person on this earth to talk about this story. In this talk, I would like to talk about the sound of music. You know. You know, what you see right here now, what you see right here now, what you see right here now in everyday life, you see in the way you see, you hear, what you see, what you see, what you see and hear at the same time in everyday life. You see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear. We call this is true Dhamma in Buddhism. You see in the way you see, and you hear in the way you hear. We cannot tell each other what do we see or what do we hear. Such as what you see now, what you see now, what you see now, what you see now, what you see now. As soon as you see this, it ended up at this. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this, it ended up at this. This, we call this. In the fictional language, we name it a baby goat, a goat. Can you understand me? What you see now, you see in the way you see, it doesn't mean anything. What you see now, it ended up at this. This, in the fictional language, we call a goat. Bah, bah, a goat. Can you understand me? A goat. Bah, bah. In reality, when you have seen this, it's without fictional language, and you never use the language say to ourselves, we see a goat. No. We have never used the language say to ourselves, now we see a goat. What you see now, you see in the way you see it without fictional language. Can you tell me? This is you see naturally. What you see now is naturally. You see in the way you see this. We call this. It doesn't mean anything. It's not be anything. But this human on this earth, name it a goat. Where can I find the meaning of goat? It's just a previous idea or thought process. A goat, the word goat, the word, you know, the word goat, the word. It's just the fictional language. The word goat. It's just the fictional language. We were taught to believe in the meaning of this word. As soon as you see this word, you interpret, become this. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this word, you interpret this word, become this. Because we were taught to believe this word, it means this. Can you understand me? We were taught to believe a goat, it means, but in reality, as soon as you see this, it without fictional language, it doesn't have this word. Because this word, it does not really exist. But we were taught to believe this word, it means this. As soon as you see this, it doesn't have this. When you see this word, you interpret into, but as soon as you see this, it doesn't have this. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this, it's naturally, we call the true Dhamma in Buddhism. As soon as you see this, it without fictional language to say to ourselves, now we have seen a goat. No. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this word, which wrote that, C-A-T, cat. As soon as you see C-A-T, you interpret into this. Can you understand me? But when you really saw this, it doesn't have this. because this word and this word, it has no meaning as we understand it, but we were taught to believe this word is mean. Where can I find the meaning of a cat? Where can I find the meaning of goat? Both of these words it's just the fictional language. It was created by human on this earth. It's just a thought. Can you understand me? You see in the way you see, you hear in the way you hear. We call the true Dhamma in Buddhism to end of all suffering. It's very simple to understand. The Dhamma of Put or Nirvana in Buddhism is not about meditation and mindfulness. Listening only is the right practice. It's the right practice in Buddhism. Can you understand me? From now on, as soon as you see it, you see in the way you see, and at the same time, now you see and hear at the same time. Now you see and hear at the same time. You see in the way you see and you hear in the way you hear. We call the true Dhamma in Buddhism. When you hear, it ended up at you hear, like this. Can you hear this sound? Can you hear this? As soon as you hear, it ended up at you hear this. You know, I have something to show you. When people say, I love you, let's suppose. When people say, I love you, can you hear? Can you hear me? I say, I love you. Can you hear me? I say, I love you. You can understand the meaning of I love you. I say, I love you. You can understand in the meaning of I love you. I say, I love you. You hear in the way you hear. I love you, I love you, I love you. And then I play. You hear in the way you hear. Can you understand me? When people say, I love you, I love you, in the fictional language we call spoken language. I say, I love you, I love you. You can understand in the meaning of I love you. The sentence, I love you, I love you, you can understand it because we were taught to believe in the meaning of this sentence, I love you, I love you. When people say, I love you, we call the sentence, I love you, the sentence, I love you is spoken language. The sentence, I love you, I love you, I love you. It's just the fictional language. It was created by human on this earth. Can you understand me? The sentence, I love you, it was created by human on this earth. For understanding communication temporarily, When I say I love you, I love you, I love you, the sentence I love you we call spoken language. And the sentence I love you is spoken language. Then it becomes written language like this. I love you. We were taught to believe in the meaning of I love you. I-L-O-V-E-Y-O-U. I love you. When people say I love you, I love you, we call spoken language. And then it becomes this word, I love you. The sentence I love you we call written language. Written language and spoken language is word created by human on this earth for understanding communication temporarily. Can you understand me? I say I love you we call spoken language. I say I love you. Can you hear that? I say I love you we call spoken language. And then it becomes this written language. I say I love you and what you see now written language I love you. I say I love you and it has the same meaning for understanding communication temporarily. Can you understand me? I say I love you. The sentence I love you, the sentence I love you is spoken language. And spoken language become written language. Spoken language and written language, it was created by human on this earth for understanding communication temporarily. This sentence, which wrote that? Which wrote that? This sentence, which wrote that? I say I love you. Written language and spoken language. I say I love you. Can you hear that? I love you, I love you, I love you. We call spoken language. And you read it. Written language and spoken language. I say I love you. It has the same meaning. Can you understand me? I love you, I love you. Okay. From now on, I would like to talk about spoken language of music and written language of music. From now on, I would like to talk about spoken language and written language of music. Let's support. A guitar acts as to say, like a human. What you hear now is we call spoken language. We call spoken language of music. I play. And I play. I play like this. What you hear now is spoken language of music that a guitar acts as to say, like a human. Do you understand me? What you hear now is spoken language of music. Spoken language of music then become written language of music like this. What you see now, I show you. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is part of on this chart. Please take a look on this chart. This is part of written language. We call the music theory. And this is music note value, music theory, the C major scale. What you see now is written language of music. And 1, 2, 3, 4 is written language of music, which we call music theory. Written language of music. Written language of music. Sometimes we call musical note. Written language of music. Sometimes we call musical note. Can you understand me? 1, 2, 3, 4 is musical note. This musical note. And we call the music theory, music note value. Okay, you know, everything that we say, such as we say I love you, and we say you know, everything that we say, such as we say I love you, we say what is your name. Everything that we say, such as we say I love you, we say what is your name. We can write it in written language. We can write it in written language. I love you, and what's it your name? Can you understand me? Everything that people say, such as I love you, what is your name? We can write it. We can write it in written language. Write it. People say I love you, or what is your name? We call spoken language. And then it become, we write it in written language. Write it, I love you, what is your name? I say I love you, I say what is your name? Then become written language. Can you understand me? And that's why when and that's why everything that musician, or everything that a guitarist play, we can write it in musical note. Everything that musician play, or everything that a guitarist play, we can write it in musical note. Write this. If I play this is we call a guitar, as you say, this is spoken language of music. Spoken language of music, or everything spoken language of music, or everything the guitarist play, we can write it in musical notes, such as Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Now I play. I play. This is written language. No, sorry. This is spoken language of music. A guitar act as to say. A guitar act as to say. A guitar act as to say. Then it become written language like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We call the C major scale. Can you understand me? Or sometimes a guitar play. I show you like this. We call. I show you is spoken language. Spoken language of music. This is spoken language of music, or everything that guitarists play. Can you understand me? Everything that guitarists play like this. We call spoken language. Now, let a guitar act as to say. It becomes written language like this. We call the bends. There are several of symbols found in the solo and rhythm guitar. I show you now. We call bend. Bend like this. We call bend up and bend down. Bend up, bend down, bend up, and bend down. And then this is unison bend. Unison bend is like this. I show you. It means unison bend. Unison bend sound like this. I show you. We call unison bend. A guitar act as to say. Now I show you. We call spoken language of music. It becomes written language of music. We call unison bend. Unison bend. And then I would like to show you hammer-ons and pull-off. I show you. I show you. I show you. I show you like this. Written language. Written language we call hammer-on. And I show you. We call pull-off. Hammer-on. And pull-off. Come on. Can you understand me? I show you. Can you understand me? And number 3, we call rhythm guitar. I show you like this. I show you like this. I show you like this. It means rhythm. The first chord I use the C major chord, and the second chord is the G major chord, and the last chord is C major chord. This is number 3 is rhythm guitar. I play C major chord, G major chord, and C major chord. When the guitarist play like this, we can write in musical note like this. Tan 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 tan, something like this. And C, A minor, and C major chord, A minor chord, and C major chord. I play like this. I play like this. It means C, A minor, and C. Can you understand me? Number 4 we call solo. Everything the guitarist play like this. The guitarist play. I show you like this. It means sweep picking. I show you in the fictional language. We call sweep picking. Like this. I call this is E minor sweep picking. E minor sweep picking, and then A minor sweep picking. This is A minor sweep picking. Can you understand me? The guitarist play, and we call sweep picking. Within language like this, we call sweep picking. We call solo. And the last is A minor pentatonic. It's the A minor pentatonic scale like this. A minor pentatonic. I play A minor pentatonic. Can you understand me? A minor pentatonic consists of the note what you hear now in the fictional language of written language of music, we call A minor pentatonic. And this is E minor sweep picking, and A minor sweep picking. Can you stand me? Okay. All action that I show you, I want you to understand. I want you to understand. The first one is everything that musician or guitarist play like this. Or a guitarist play. When the guitarist play, guitar, as you say, when the guitarist play, as I show you, everything or play. Yeah. Everything the musician play or everything the guitarist play, we can write it in musical note like this. Everything the guitarist play, as I show you, we can write it in musical note like this. Okay, from now on I would like to talk about when the music begin to play. When the music begin to play, you hear and feel in the way you feel it. Without the fictional language to say, we have never we have never used the language say to ourselves. Now I heard the country song, I heard the bluegrass, I heard rock and roll, I heard the jazz, I heard the song is a heavy metal. You hear in the way you hear. Let's support. If I show you like this. In the fictional language, we call rock and roll. I show you. As soon as you hear, as soon as you hear in the way you hear. I show you, you hear. Can you hear me? You hear in the way you hear. It doesn't have the fictional language say to ourselves, now I heard rock and roll song. No. Can you understand me? In this talk, I try to talk to you further understand. In this talk, I try to talk to you further understanding about hearing only. Now, I want you to understand only about hearing only. What you see now and hear now at the same time. Now you see and hear at the same time. It doesn't mean anything, it's not mean anything. But we were taught to believe. If someone asks you, what do you see? You say that I saw a man playing a guitar. The answer is just a fictional language. You say, I saw a man playing guitar, because we were taught to believe. What you see now, I show you like this. It doesn't mean anything. And you hear now. What you see right here now, you see and hear naturally. It's the true Dhamma in Buddhism to end false suffering. Can you understand me? It's very simple to understand. As I told you, the true Dhamma in Buddhism is not about meditation and mindfulness training. No. Listening only. What you see right here now in every life, we call the true Dhamma in Buddhism to end false suffering. You see in the way you see and you hear in the way you hear. It doesn't have the fictional language say to ourselves, now we have seen a man playing guitar. Now we have heard rock and roll song. When you hear it ended up as you hear. When you hear this. Yeah. As soon as you hear, it ended up as you hear like this. It has no the fictional language to say, what do we hear, what do we feel. We cannot tell each other what do we hear, what do we feel. It's very simple to understand. The true Dhamma in Buddhism is very simple to understand. Because I use the simple word to say. Now, what you hear? You hear in the way you hear, and you see at the same time. You see in the way you see. It's without fictional language to say, what do we see and what do we hear. Can you understand me? It's very simple to understand. As I told you, when the musician play, when the musician play like this, or a guitarist play, I play like this in the fictional language. In the fictional language, we call tapping. I play like this. In the fictional language, we call trill. I play like this. We call hammer on, hammer on. We play. It means pull up, pull up. When I play in the fictional language of written language, we call rhythm guitar. I use the C major chord. I use C major chord, and the second chord is the G major chord, right? I know the C major chord consists of the note C, E, and G, and the G major chord consists of the note G, B, and D. Can you understand me? You know. When the musician or the guitarist play, they have never used the fictional language say to themselves. You know, when the musician or the guitarist play, they have never used the fictional language say to themselves. Now I use the tapping. Now I use hammer on. Now I use a unison bend. Now I use trill. Now I use a rhythm guitar and the C major chord and G major chord. No, not at all. When the guitarist play, the guitarist have never used the fictional language. Say to themselves, I want to use trill. I want to use hammer on. Now I use technique. Pull up. The guitarist or the musician play naturally all the time. The guitarist or the musician play naturally like this. When the guitarist play, he plays naturally. They have never used the fictional language say to ourselves. Now we use technique, hammer on. We use technique, pull up. Now we use technique, tapping. You know, where can I find the meaning? Where can I find the meaning of hammer on, pull up? Where can I find the meaning of hammer on, pull up? Hammer on, pull up, the bend, and rhythm guitar, and the note C, E, and G. Where can I find? Because as I show you on this chart, number 1, the 2, 3, and 4, and this. What you see now is just the fictional language of music. It was created by human on research for understanding communication temporarily. This 1, 2, 3, 4, and this. The music note value, the whole note, the half note, the quarter note, the eighth note, and the music deal with the C major scale. The dynamic chord in the key of C major, the C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A, and B minor flat 5. As I told you, it's just the fictional language of music. Written language of music. As I told you, when people say, I love you, we call spoken language. When people say I love you, sometimes people say, what is your name? I say the sentence, what's your name? Or I love you. We call both of it. sentence is just the fictional language. It was created by human or research for understanding communication temporarily. Where can I find the meaning of I love you? Where can I find the meaning of what is your name? It's just a thought. It's in your thought. It's in my thought. We believe in the meaning of I love you. The sentence I say I love you we call spoken language. Then it becomes written language like this. I love you. And I say, what is your name? The word I love you we call spoken language. What's your name? Spoken language. Then it becomes I say I love you. The meaning of what you see now and I say it has the same meaning. The meaning of you can read it. We were taught to believe. This sentence it means I love you, and this sentence it means what is your name? I want to ask you, where can I find the meaning of? And where can I find the meaning of what is your name? Both of these words. It's just a fictional language. It was created by human on this earth for communication, understanding temporarily. Where can I find the meaning? And the most important is, it does not really exist. I'm only one person on this earth to talk about this story. Please bear in mind. As I told you, when everything people say, everything that people say, such as I love you, everything that people say I love you. The sentence I love you is mean spoken language, and then everything that people say we can read it in written language like this. And that's why when a guitar play, when guitar play like this, we call spoken language. We can write it in musical note. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Can you understand me? Where can I find the meaning of do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do? I say do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. It's just a fictional language. We were taught to believe this note. We were taught to believe what you hear now. We were taught to believe what you hear now. It means the note C or do, and it means re. It means mi. It means fa, sol, la, ti, do. We were taught to believe. We were taught to believe what you see now. It doesn't have the fictional language to say what you hear. What you hear now. When you play, like this, it doesn't have the fictional language. Say to ourselves, now I play the C major scale. Can you understand me? When you play like this, you play in the way you play and you hear in the way you hear. I show you. It doesn't mean the C major scale, because the C major scale is written language. The C major scale is written language of music. But when you play a guitar, as you say, you hear in the way you hear. It doesn't mean anything. It's not mean anything. As I told you, when the music begin to play, you hear and feel in the way you feel. When the music begin to play, like this, When the music begin to play like this. When the music begin to play, when the music begin to play, you hear and feel in the way you feel. When the music begins to play, you hear and feel in the way you feel it. Without fictional language, say to ourselves, now we heard rock and roll. Because what you hear now, it doesn't mean anything. Can you tell me? What you see now? What you hear now, like this, like this. What you hear now, what you hear now, in the fictional language, we call rock and roll. Can you tell me? And the what you hear now, in the fictional language, we call country, country style. And you hear now, we call what you hear now in the fictional language, we call heavy metal. We call heavy metal. And what you hear now, in the fictional language, we call blues style. This is heavy metal style. This is blues style. What you hear now, in the fictional language, we call blues style. I show you. We call jazz style. Where can I find the meaning of jazz style? Where can I find the meaning of blues style? Where can I find the meaning of heavy metal style? Where can I find the meaning of bluegrass style? Where can I find the meaning of country style? It's just a fictional language. We name. I play like this. Human on this earth. Name it. I play like this. I play like this. People on this earth name it country style. And I play like this. I play like this. I play like this. People on this name is blues style. I play like this. People name heavy metal style. Can you understand me? I play like this. I play like this. People name it jazz style. You know, I play like this. You hear in the way you hear. It doesn't have fictional language. Say to ourselves, now we hear country style. No, 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 no. Can you realize as your thought? When you listen to the music, you have never used the fictional language. Say to ourselves, now we hear jazz style, heavy metal style, rock style, jazz style, and blues style. No, no, no. You hear in the way you hear. You hear in the way you hear. We call the true Dharma in Buddhism to enforce suffering. You hear in the way you hear. Can you understand me? Because the meaning of bluegrass, country style, jazz style, blues style, jazz style, heavy metal style, rock and roll style, it's just a fictional language. It's not really exist. You hear in the way you hear. Can you understand me? When the music begins to play, when the music begins to play, when the music begins to play, you hear and feel in the way you feel. We cannot tell each other what do we hear, what do we feel. This is true Dhamma. Everything the musician or the guitarist play, as I told you, we can write it in written language of music. Sometimes we call musical note. Can you understand me? In this talk, I want you to understand only. In this talk, I want you to understand only the hearing. When the music begins to play, or when you listen to the music, you hear in the way you hear and you feel in the way you feel. We have never used the fictional language. Say to ourselves, now we hear rock and roll. You hear in the way you hear. As soon as you hear, it ended up at you hear. You have never used the fictional language. Say to ourselves, now we have heard rock and roll. Right? Can you realize as your thought? Can you realize as your thought? You have never used the fictional language. Say to ourselves, now I've heard rock and roll. And when you hear, you hear in the way you hear, and you feel in the way you feel. You have never used the fictional language. Say to ourselves, now I've heard rule style, can you realize at your thought? As soon as you hear, it ended up at you here. Can you understand me? Can you understand me? Oh, I play. Oh, I play. Now you hear in the way you hear, and you feel in the way you feel. It cannot tell each other. What do we hear and what do we feel? This is true Dharma in Buddhism to end all suffering. As I told you, when the music begins to play, you hear in the way you hear, and you feel in the way you feel. You have never used the fictional language say to ourselves, now we hear rock and roll. Now we hear rock and roll style. Now we hear heavy metal style. Now we hear blues style. No. But you cannot realize as your thought. Can you understand me? But you cannot realize as your thought. You have never used the fictional language say to ourselves. You have never used the fictional language say to ourselves. Now I'm here, heavy metal style. Now I'm here, country style. Now I'm here, blues style. Now I'm here, jazz style. No. You hear and feel in the way you feel all the time from birth to death. This is true Dharma in Buddhism. What you see, what you see and hear now? You see what you see and hear at the same time. It doesn't mean anything. It's not mean anything. But we were taught to believe. I show you like this. It means a man playing a guitar. Where can I find the meaning of a man playing a guitar? Where can I find? No. The meaning of a man is playing a guitar. It's not really, it's just a fictional language. Where can I find? In this talk, I want you to understand only hearing. When the music begins to play, it doesn't have the fictional language to say to ourselves, now I'm hurt, heavy metal style, now I'm hurt, blues style, now I'm hurt, jazz style, now I'm hurt, country side. But you cannot realize as your thought. It's really simple to understand. You hear in the way you hear. Bah, bah, bah. I say, bah, bah. You hear in the way you hear. We call the true Dharma in Buddhism to end all suffering. I say, bah, bah, bah. As soon as you hear, bah, bah, you interpret into, can you realize at your thought? As soon as you hear bah, bah, you interpret into, which in the fictional language we call a goat. As soon as as soon as you hear meow, 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 you interpret into, can you realize at your thought? And likewise, as soon as the musician, as soon as the guitarist, as soon as the guitarist see, the guitarist interpret from become. As soon as the guitarist see, like this, the guitarist interpret become. But when the guitarist play, it doesn't have when the guitarist play, when the guitarist play like this, it doesn't have fictional language of music. But when the guitarist, as soon as the guitarist see, the guitarist interpret become. As soon as the guitarist see, it become. As soon as the guitarist see, you listen when it become. I want to tell you. I want to tell you. Now, when I play a guitar, when I play a guitar, I have never used 1, 2, 3, 4. I have never used written language of music or music notes. Say to myself, when the guitarist play or when the musician play, they have no use. Now, written language of music say to themselves, now I play pentatonic, pentatonic. A minor pentatonic. Now I play rhythm guitar, the C major chord. No. The musician and the guitarist play naturally. Can you tell me? As I told you. Everything people say, such as I love you, we can write it. We can write it in. I say I love you. The sentence I love you is spoken language. Then become written language, which wrote that. And likewise, when the guitarist play, we call spoken language of music. And now, let's support the guitar act as to say. This is spoken language of music. Then it become tu 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 tu. When the guitarist play, It doesn't have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. When the guitarist play, everything the guitarist play, it doesn't have written language of music. Everything the guitarist play, it doesn't have the fictional language. It doesn't have musical note. Everything the musician or the guitarist play, when they play, it doesn't have written language. It doesn't have the musical note. That's why when the people say, everything the people say, it doesn't have the fictional language. Everything that people say, it doesn't have written language. Everything that people say in everyday life, it doesn't have written language. We say naturally all the time. Can you understand me? In this talk, I would like to talk about the meaning of fictional language. The meaning of fictional language we use in speaking in everyday life, and the meaning of written language of music is not really exist. Can you understand me? I want you to understand. I want you to understand only the first idea or thought process. I show you this is written language, which we call musical note. Musical note. We were taught to believe. It means because we were taught to believe. But in reality, if we want to prove the meaning of, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, what does it mean? We have to think over and over again until we die from this world. In this talk, I want you to understand only the hearing only. Can you realize as your thought? As soon as you hear, can you realize as your thought? You hear in the way you hear, you feel in the way you feel. In this talk, I want you to understand only the first idea or thought process. The first idea or thought process. You know, what you see, what you see and hear, and what you see and hear, it's naturally all the time. Now, what you see and hear now in everyday life, as I told you, in linearity of truth Dhamma, we call it just what happened to the mind for awareness. Sometimes we call mental phenomena. We cannot tell each other what do we see, what do we hear. In this talk, can you understand me? This story, I use the simple word to say, is very easy to understand, or hardly impossible to understand. If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, you must try to understand this story very much as possible. The conclusion in this video is everything that the guitarist play, or everything that the musician play, when they play, it doesn't have written language of music. It doesn't have musical note. Can you understand me? They play in the way they play, and they hear in the way they hear. That's why when people say in everyday life, we say in the way we say. Can you understand me? We hear in the way we hear. When we say it doesn't have written language. Can you understand me? But as soon as But as soon as you see, you can know it means I love you, I love you. After that you see, you can know what is your name. But when you say I love you or what is your name, it doesn't have. That's why when the musician and the guitarist play, when the guitarist play, it doesn't have the musical note. It doesn't have language of music. Can you understand me? Okay.